We're gonna play AI Slop, but not before, like, arguing with we're gonna argue with the dude who's not even here. All right, that's how a man proves his point behind the other person's back. All right, let's just get this whole situation put into perspective here. We're gonna be playing this hot garbage today, isekaiing from 0 to 0, but this is basically pretty much entirely AI generated. I mean, it might as well be. It's basically the question is, what the hell did this oh look, it even has hell there. What the hell did this dev even fucking do? Make garbage, that's for sure. Here's the thing though. Here's why I'm making any sort of stink about this game that no one should give a shit about. Number one, I mean, this is subjective, but fucking $10? $10 for this garbage? Which, by the way, I did purchase. I have no intentions on keeping this game. It will be promptly refunded after we're done with this stream. And also, this is the part that really got to me. So, you know how I mentioned that it has, like, music videos with, like, AI music in it? And what annoys me, though, is this is the fucking OST. This is the soundtrack. He is literally selling AI-generated slop in its absolute most purest form. This is literally prompting garbage and then selling it with no extra work done whatsoever. There is at least an argument to be made that there was time putting all these fucking pieces together to make this RTP slop game. There is at least an argument there for that. There was some development time to put this together. This, on the other hand, was literally typing some sentences and then selling it. Fucking what? For $5? And then, you know what? Maybe even then, maybe, you know, the developer's got his little sob story down here in the AI generated content disclosure, which I don't know how many people are going to read. But, you know, oh, he lives in Ukraine and there's the war going on. He also has a disability and it's hard for him to find a job because of the war and his disability. And so, like, okay, all right, man, you know what? I can sympathize, right? Times are tough. You got to make that bank. You got to get that bag. All right. His arguments for this are just the worst. Like, I can't sympathize. Like, man, if he pushed back on me saying, like, why the fuck are you doing this? And he just was like, look, man, I don't want to, but times are tough and it's just what I gotta do. I'd be like, all right, cool, whatever. You're not gaslighting us into us thinking that this is some sort of artistic, meaningful expression that you've made. Which is what he's convinced he's done with this. He is convinced that by typing fucking prompts in here, you know, make a cool song about AI and why AI is superior because it's that's superior. That's the superior superior. Because it's the future and the future is always bright. Dystopia? Never heard of her. I don't know what it's gonna fucking do with that, but whatever. Like, this is all he's fucking done. And then he thinks he's some sort of fucking artist because of this. Like I said, if he just wants to sit there and be like, yo, I'm broke and I need money, then it's just like, all right, I can't argue with that. I know that feeling. But he has to bullshit us in saying that this was skill, this was talent, this was art. How do you fucking play it? Where's the play button? I didn't even tell her what genre, but there you go. Here's the thing, like, do you guys hear that? Honestly, like, for the record here, I don't have a problem with, like, AI music. Like, that sounds pretty cool. I like some of the lyrics too. It works, man. Future's bright, we're going there. Cool, I like it. The music is fine, but don't kid yourself that you are the artist that made this. You didn't make this. The millions of other artists who made music before this song that the fucking AI company just scraped from the internet, fed into its algorithm, and shat out this, those are the ones that made this. You didn't make it. You typed a fucking sentence. You could probably get something very similar to this using literally countless numbers of other very similar prompts saying something very similar. There is nothing unique, special, artistic whatsoever about this. Do not kid yourself when you think that this is some sort of form of artistic expression that came from yourself. So yeah, so like, here's the thing. So in our little discussion here, I'm not gonna like recap all of this, but I am a little bit disappointed that the discussion here did get locked because there are a few things I wanted to push back on, but actually probably for the best. Hi, Meg, because I probably would be suspended from the fucking forum because I have no self-control. One must argue with idiots. So anyways, probably for the best that it got locked because I probably would have gotten a suspension too. But anyways, the point that the reason why I bring all this up too, by the way, is before we hop into the game, we're going to get there eventually, I promise. He goes off on saying that the game is a musical. Bullshit. I call absolute bullshit on that. Here's why. And unless he has modified the page, I forgot to actually point this out to him. I probably should have. But anyways, I doubt he's added it there. I have read through this page like 3 times, this store page, and not once ever does he mention that it was inspired by musicals or that it is a musical game. It does say that it has AI generated music in it. Cool. But it doesn't call itself a musical. Like, here, enjoy or suffer the occasional singing. But it doesn't say it's a musical. It doesn't claim to be a musical. So all he did is people were pushing back on like how long the music is in this game where you sit and do nothing, which I'm sure you guys are excited to see. And he was like, oh, it's supposed to be like that because it's a fucking musical and it's horseshit. It's just moving the goalpost. That's all it is. You are a fucking liar and you know it. That is not true at all. Because if it was a musical, first of all, you would probably have claimed that on your page somewhere, right? If that's such a huge selling point of your game, that would be somewhere in all of this garbage that you wrote. And it is not anywhere in here. Number 2, if you had any sort of respect for music, it's so silly to say, well, I wanted to make a musical, but I didn't feel like either hiring the talent to do it for me, spending the time to write the actual music myself, or learning any fucking instruments, music production techniques, or anything. Instead, I just left it to the robots to hopefully generate something that sounds good. There's no fucking respect for the fucking culture that you are so fucking claiming that you are trying to put in this game. You are a fucking liar. And that brings me back to why the fuck are you selling this garbage for $5 fucking? Here's my point about the musical things, right? He has anyone, by the way, this is for anyone out there who's thinking like, oh man, I'd love to make some fucking cool music, like insert favorite artist here, but I just don't have the talent for that. No, man. Neither did I. No one does. But you know what they do have? The patience to practice and practice and practice and willingness to fucking learn. Sorry, in the words of a great fucking band, rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy. Every sprouting tree has it. You just gotta fucking practice. We aren't born with it. It's about the dedication. And if you can't even fucking do it for one day, then you sure as hell cannot do it long enough to be skilled at it. And you think I'm sounding smart spitting these facts? No, I'm doing what AI is doing, and I'm just copying what Drew Gooden said in his video, which you bet I have pulled up already.
The dorks who defend it all tend to say the same. These are just tools to help anyone create art. Yeah, I want to push back on that a little bit. I am wholeheartedly for the increased accessibility of creative tools that help you take matters into your own hands. You want to make music? You can buy a professional audio interface workspace.
And I actually want to stop him right here. It's even better than what he's saying right now. It's even better, right? He's saying you can buy an audio interface, buy a digital audio workstation, and buy some plugins to make music with, all for less than using the studio for a day. I've gotten a little bit ahead of the video there. Actually, you know what? You can do all this for free. And you don't even have to be a pirate. All right? Let me tell you about Cakewalk. And guess what? It's free. It is free. Guess what? There are many other great free plugins that you can download and put into Cakewalk to start making music. I got a good recommendation that has continued to be popular throughout the years. Synth One. Synth One was popular when I first started getting into making music, and it is still popular to this day because it is powerful and it is effective, right? Synth One. It is free. It is a great synthesizer. There you go. You already got an instrument. There are tons of effects, tons of, look, this is even free VSTs, okay? And the audio interface, sure, it might be nice to have a nice audio interface. Do you know what audio interface that I used when I first started doing music? None. I didn't have one. You don't need one. If you're going to take it seriously, maybe you should consider investing one in the future. But if you're just starting out, you know, it's kind of like, to use another music example, usually when you first start picking up an instrument, you don't go out and buy the super expensive guitar, right? You don't buy the fancy axe. Instead, you buy one of the cheap beginner's ones because so far you don't even know if you like it. So why spend money on the expensive thing if you're just gonna drop it after a month? Same thing here. If you're gonna get into digital music production, why invest money into an audio interface? You don't even know if you like doing it yet. You don't need one. If your device, whatever it may be, a laptop, desktop, fucking iPad, doesn't matter. If it can produce sound out of speakers, that's good enough to get started with. The point is like Drew Gooden here is making it sound like you do have to spend some money to get into music. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you want to get into like playing instruments, sure. Actually, I was like, I didn't even buy that. I got that for free. I found that in the trash. So, but that was a pretty lucky find. I don't think most people are going to be finding instruments in the trash. Who would buy that sound? Good question. I don't know. But also, why the fuck is he selling it anyways? That's what my whole debate here is about. This is why Nolan is angry today, is because someone is trying to sell their AI music. You are not I've already said this. Fucking hammer it home. You're not an artist. You are a liar. You are a talentless hack. You have accomplished nothing. You have wasted time. You have taken the spotlight away from real, genuine creatives. That's all you have done. You have made the world a worse place because of what you have done. That is all you have accomplished, is make the world that much worse. Thank you, professional prompter. Boy, Wrath of Wood, you joke about it. I didn't know this until I think it was either Meg or maybe BG had brought up that he legitimately tried to sell his prompting skills. You joke about professional prompter, but this fucking delusional idiot genuinely believes that this is skill. There are people who have legitimately actually worked hard on the things that they have written, made, created, whatever, played. They've worked hard on that. And all this is doing is crowding up the virtual store shelves with your AI slop. pushing them out of the new release view, right? Making it harder for legitimate authors to be seen. You are actively just making the world worse. One tiny little AI prompt at a time. Stop it.
Stuck in a loop, corporate drone, in office chair's my only phone.
Right off the bat, AI music blasting your eardrums out.
Truck gun? Oh no!
It is time for you to go, Zoe. Your judgment awaits.
This is the fucking ASMR voice.
Yes, Your Highness.
Be useful for once and sing our guest the song about our glorious lands.
As you wish, my king.
Oh no. Here we go. Oh, this is actually the fucking song that he posted on the fucking forum that started the whole argument. Because he thought this was so good. As someone pointed out, there's eventing that happens here, which is, I guess, kind of impressive in its own right. Have you noticed how long we've been playing and haven't actually played? Dude, is this another? This is another scene. This is another scene. We've got, how many scenes have we gone through? We started in the future, the non-isekai world, and then we got isekai as a baby, and then we fucking grew up, and then woke up in a church, and then we were in the king's court, and now we're here. And I have not touched the keyboard in any way other than pressing spacebar to progress the text. Oh. Here you go. Oh, and also, by the way, he got lazy here too. It's just a bunch of AI You know what? You know what? All right, I got a positive for him. I got a positive. All right, we have a positive for this game. In the last song that we did, there was actually eventing that was happening during the song. There was at least some effort for the visuals while the song played out. And then I'm gonna take that away because here we are on the second song of this quote-unquote musical game, as he put it. And he just generated a bunch of AI images that don't even really flow together very well because there's a brief flash of the green background as it switches images. No, we all know his whole argument about this game being a musical is fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It's literal bullshit that he was just using to lie about why the game has 3-minute long musical sections in it. Boy, what a piece of shit.